Dear students, welcome to the science class. So in the last class, we discussing about the physical and chemical change topic, and we concluded that topic. So today we are going to discuss about the exercise questions which are going to come in that topic. So let us consider the first question here. Main question number 1 here. Classify the change involved in the following processes as chemical and physical change. So classify the changes involved in the following process as chemical and physical change. So they are given some processes. We have to classify those processes as chemical and physical change. So if you remember, what is the chemical change here? In the chemical change, there will be formation of the new product should take place. Whereas the physical change, there will be change in the physical properties, but there will be no formation of new product is going to form. So based on that thing, we have to identify chemical change and physical change in these activities. So let us consider the first thing, that is nothing but photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is a chemical change or it is a physical change? If you remember, in the first class where we are discussing about the nutrition in the plant, so we discussed about the photosynthesis there. So if you remember the reaction of the photosynthesis, that is nothing but it is going to utilize the carbon dioxide, it is going to utilize the hydrogen, that is nothing but water, H2O, and in presence of the sunlight it is going to provide glucose. It is going to provide glucose. If we check here, carbon dioxide and the water are the two different things which are combining to give glucose here. So glucose is a new product. Right, so glucose is a new product. If the glucose is new product, in this reaction the new product formation is taking place, then it is a chemical change. So the first one is what? It is a chemical change. So I am going to denote chemical change as Cc and I am going to denote physical change as Pc. So Cc is the chemical change here and Pc is the physical change. So in your textbook, in your book, you should write it is a chemical change and it is a physical change completely. Since here is lack of space, I am taking Cc and Pc. So see here, photosynthesis is a what? It is a chemical change. So therefore it is a Cc. Right. So next, dissolving of sugar in water. Dissolving of sugar in water. So when you dissolve sugar in water, is it a physical change or is it a chemical change? So when you dissolve sugar in water, if you drink that, it is going to give the sugar taste as the sweet. So is it a physical or is it a chemical change? If you remember the properties of the physical and chemical change, in the physical change, it is not reversible. It is not reversible. So physical change is reversible, whereas chemical change is not reversible. See here, we are making a solution of the sugar. Now if you heat that sugar solution, what is going to happen? Water is going to get evaporated. Water is going to get evaporated and sugar is going to remain there only. Sugar is going to remain there only. So we are separating the sugar as well as the water. Again by the condensation we are going to take the water out. So we are getting the two main products again. From the water, whatever we are taking here, initially we are taking the water as well as initially we are taking the sugar. And we are mixing up it. So again we are getting the sugar and water at the last also. So if there is any change in the physical, is there any new product is formed there? No, it is no new product is formed. So if there is no new product is formed, then it is a physical or chemical change. It will be a physical change. So dissolving sugar is nothing but what? It is a physical change. So it is Pc, physical change. Next, burning up coal. So I already told you that anything which is going to burn is a chemical change. Right, is a chemical change. Why? When you burn something, it is going to give carbon dioxide and ash as the byproduct. So wherever the carbon dioxide, that is nothing but smoke is formed on burning, it is a new product is formed. If there is a new product is formed, then it is known as the chemical change. So we take any burning, any object which is burned, it is going to give a new product, that is nothing but it is a chemical change. Next, melting up wax. Melting up wax. If we take wax, if we melt it, again we are going to get the wax. So there is the change in the physical properties of the wax. but there is no change in the chemical properties. That is nothing but there will be new product is going to form. So if there is no new product is going to form, then it is a chemical or it is a physical change? It is a physical change. So therefore melting of the wax is a physical change. Again it is a PC. Now question number E here. Digestion of the food. Again we have to go for the chapter number 2 where we discussed about the nutrition in animal beings. So is it a digestion a chemical change or physical change? For that reason you should know about the digestion first. So whatever the food we are going to intake, it is in the form of the carbohydrates. That is nothing but what? It is a glucose or starch. C6H12O6. So when the complete digestion occurs, what we are going to release here? When the complete digestion is going to occur, we are going to release the carbon dioxide. On the respiration, we are going to release the carbon dioxide. But whatever we are getting inside here, it is a chemical change. Whatever the food particles we are taking here, those food particles are getting converted into the smaller units. Right? For example, if you take the carbohydrates we are taking that carbohydrate in the form of the starch. Then after the complete digestion, that starch is going to get converted into the glucose. That is nothing but C6H12O6. If it is getting converted into the glucose is new product which is formed here. So because of that, digestion is a chemical change. Digestion is a chemical change. So it is a CC. It is a CC. So we are intaking the food. That food is going to convert it at various parts of various components of the alimentary canal, and it is getting converted into the glucose, and proteins are going to get converted into the amino acids, and fats are getting converted into the fatty acids. So there is a new product is forming at every time. So for that reason, digestion of the food is a chemical change. Right. So this is about the main question number 1. Now let us take the main question number 2 here. State the statements as true or false. They are given few statements. We have to state that these statements are true or false. If the statement is false, what we are going to do here? We are going to rewrite that statement in a correct manner. So they are given the few statements. We have to state whether the statement is false or true, as well as if the statement is false, what we are going to do here? We are going to rewrite that statement in a correct manner. So let us take the first statement here. Cutting a log of wood. Cutting a log of wood into pieces is a chemical change. Cutting a log of wood into pieces is a chemical change. So we are going to take a wood and we are going to cut that wood into pieces. So this much wood is going to get this much pieces of the wood. So is it a chemical change or is it a physical change? So if you check the piece of the wood, if you take out the piece of the wood, if you check the properties of the wood, it is nothing but it is going to have the properties of the wood only. So there is no change in there is no new product is formed. Is there any new product is formed? No. So we are getting the wood while cutting it into pieces, and initially we are also having the wood only. So because of that thing, there is the change in the physical properties of the wood, but there is no change in the chemical properties. That is nothing but there is no new product is formed. For that reason, this statement is false. First statement is false. Why? Cutting a log of wood into pieces is a chemical change. It is wrong statement. Cutting a log of wood into pieces is a physical change. So instead of chemical change, we have to write here physical change. It is a physical change. Right. Now next, take on the second statement here. Statement number B. Formation of manure from leaves is a physical change. Formation of a manure from a leaf is a physical change. This statement is also completely false. So from the leaves we are going to get the manure. Manure is nothing but what? It is the formation of the new product only. Leaves are different thing and manures are different thing. And it is not possible that from the manure we are going to get the leaves. So it is non-reversible reaction. If it is non-reversible reaction, as well as if there is a new product is formed, then it is known as what? It is known as the chemical change. Because of that thing, this statement is completely false. That is nothing but the formation of the manure from leaves is a physical change. It is completely strong. Here it should be a chemical change. This is a chemical change. Next, C statement. Iron pipes which is coated with zinc do not get rusted easily. Right here. Iron pipes which is coated with zinc do not get rusted easily. Do not get rusted easily. So take out the iron pipes which is coated with the zinc. So if you remember about the rusting of iron, how we are going to prevent the rusting of iron here? By applying the coat of the zinc. That is nothing but we know that process is known as the galvanization. Right, by the galvanization we are preventing the rusting of iron by applying a coat of zinc on that iron pieces. So this statement is right or wrong? This statement is completely right. So this statement is true. Why it is true? Zinc is going to prevent the rusting of iron by applying a coat of the zinc. It is going to prevent the rusting of iron. So this statement is completely true. So there is no need for the changing that statement. So next take the statement number D here. Iron and rust are the same substances. Iron and rust are the same substances. So rusting of iron we are taking as a chemical change, right? If it is a chemical change, that means there is a new substance is formed, new product is formed. So iron and rust are the same thing? No, it is not possible. If you take the example, iron is the ferrous. Its chemical name is ferrous. Where rust is nothing but what? It is an iron oxide. That is nothing but ferric oxide. If you remember the formula, that is nothing but the Fe2O3. So it has a different name, rust has a different name, iron has a different name. Is it possible that both are the same thing? No, it is not possible. Both are the different things. So this statement is false. And here iron and rust are the same substances is false. Iron and rust are the different substances. Here in place of same we are going to write different substances. Right. So this is the answer for D question. Next question number E. Condensation of steam is not a chemical change. Condensation of steam is not a chemical change. So this is also a statement, true statement. Condensation of Condensation of steam is a physical change. It is a physical change, then it is not a chemical change. Already the statement is given as condensation of steam is not a chemical change. So this statement is completely right. And now next, main question number 3. Fill in the blanks in the following statements. Main question number 3, fill in the blanks in the following statements. So let us take the first statement here. When carbon dioxide gas passes through the lime water, it turns milky due to the formation of what? Due to the formation of the calcium carbonate. Due to the formation of the calcium carbonate, that is nothing but CaCO3. So if you remember here, lime water is nothing but what? It is the calcium hydroxide. Carbon dioxide is nothing but what? CO2. When calcium hydroxide reacts with the carbon dioxide, it is going to give the calcium carbonate. Because of the formation of the calcium carbonate, the color of the lime water is going to change into the milky color, milky white color. So the new product formed is what here? It is the calcium carbonate. Now next question number B. The chemical name of the baking soda is, what is the chemical name of the baking soda? So if you remember, while discussing about the baking soda, that is nothing but while discussing about the chemical change, we have done an activity where we are adding vinegar into the baking soda. Right? So there we know the name of the baking soda. That scientific name of the baking soda is nothing but what? It is sodium hydrogen carbonate. So the chemical name of the baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. So you can take the name of the sodium hydrogen carbonate, or you can name it as sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate, and its chemical formula is NaHCO3, which is not given in your textbook. Just remember it. Sodium calcium, not that is nothing but sodium hydrogen carbonate. Its chemical formula is NaHCO3, and its is CaCO3. Right. So next question number C here. Two methods by which rusting of iron can be prevented are. Two methods by which rusting of iron can be prevented are. First one is the painting. By painting we can prevent the rusting of iron. and second one is the galvanization. Second one is the galvanization. So what is the galvanization? Come here. See here. Iron pipe which is coated with zinc. So the coating of the zinc on the iron material is nothing but what? It is the galvanization. So by two methods we are going to prevent the rusting of iron. One by the painting, other by the galvanization. So next D. Change in which only dash properties of a substance change are called physical change. Right? Changes in which only dash properties of a substance change are called physical change. We already know that physical properties are the only thing when they change, it is known as the physical change. So here we are going to write it as the physical properties. Physical properties. Change in which one the physical properties. It is the physical properties only which is going to give the physical change. So next statement E. Changes in which new substances are called. Change in which new substances are formed are called chemical change. Are called chemical change. In chemical change only there is new product is going to form, and change in which only physical properties are going to change are known as the physical change. So this is about the main question number 3. Let us consider the main question number 4 here. So what is that main question number 4? When baking soda is mixed with lemon juice, bubbles are formed. With evolution of gas, what type of change is it? Explain. So see here what they are given in the problem statement or question statement. When baking soda is mixed with lemon juice, there is the formation of the bubbles. There is the evolution of the gas. So if there is the formation of the bubbles and if there is the evolution of the gas, then it is the chemical change. So this is a chemical change. So how it is a chemical change here? When baking soda is mixed with the lemon juice, there is the formation of the bubbles. So why the formation of the bubbles is taking place here? Because of the evolution of the gas. That evolution of the gas is nothing but what? It is a carbon dioxide gas. So we are going to test the carbon dioxide gas by passing that carbon dioxide gas into the lime water solution. It is going to give the milky white color. So carbon dioxide gas is nothing but what? It is a new product. Already carbon dioxide is there in that solution. No, it is not there. But when we make baking soda with lemon juice, it is the formation of the new product. So when does the new product is formed, then the change is known as what? It is the chemical change. For that reason, it is an chemical change. That is nothing but mixing of the baking soda with lemon juice is a chemical change. Now let us take the 5th question here. When candle burns, both physical change and chemical change takes place. Identify these changes. Give another example for similar process where both chemical and physical changes takes place. Right, what is given here in this question? When a candle burns, both physical and chemical change is going to occur. So let this be the candle here. So when the candle burns, both the physical and chemical changes occur. So see here, while burning of the candle, whatever the wax which is present here is going to get converted into the melted form. So it is going to store at this container. It is going to get melted and it is going to store at the container. And if you check here, it is also a wax and this is also a wax. So therefore, there is no new product is formed while melting of the candle. So therefore, it is a what? It is a physical change which is going to occur. In the same manner, when burning of the candle is taking place, there is the release of the CO2 gas. Where CO2 gas is what? It is a new product. So already it is not present, but when burning is taking place, then there is the release of the CO2 gas. So if there is a new product is formed, then it is known as the chemical change. For that reason, here in this case, both the things are happening, both the changes are happening. Chemical change is also happening as well as the physical change is also going to happen. Now we have to give another example like this only. So the another example is nothing but what? It is the cooking of food. It is the cooking of food. Right, when the cooking of the food is taking place, the vegetables that we are going to use, it is going to have the same property. It is going to have the same property. Vegetables have the different vegetables have the different property. When you cook it, that is nothing but when you heat it, the vegetables are going to lose its properties. So there is a new product which is going to form. There is a new product which is going to form. So while cooking, vegetables are losing their property and becoming new product. Therefore, that is a chemical change. Therefore, that is a chemical change. In the same manner, whatever the water we are going to add for the cooking purpose, it is going to get evaporated in the form of the steam. In the form of the steam. So whatever the evaporation which is taking place there, it is nothing but what? It is a physical change. So it is possible that we are going to get the water again. So it is a physical change. So the another example for that, this thing is nothing but what? Where both the physical and chemical changes taking place is nothing but what? It is the cooking of the food. Right? So this is the answer for the question number 5. Now let us consider the question number 6. How do you say that setting up a curd is a chemical change? How do you say that setting up a curd is a chemical change? So we are going to consider various parameters. So the first parameter is nothing but taste is going to change. The sweet taste is going to become bitter taste. Right? So sweet is nothing but what? It is neutral. Bitter is nothing but what? It is going to become acidic. So if there is acidic taste is going to come, so if bitter taste is going to come, then it is going to become an acid. So acid is nothing but what? It is the new product form. So by that also we are going to say that there is a new product form. Because of that thing we can say it is a chemical change. It is a chemical change. In the same manner, is it possible that from milk we are getting curd? So is it possible that from that curd we are going to get the milk again? It is not possible, since it is an irreversible change. It is an irreversible change. If it is an irreversible change, then it is a chemical change. What does it indicate? That is, it is going to indicate that there is a new product which is formed, which is going to indicate that it is a chemical change. For that reason, it is a chemical change. Right, therefore, we are going to identify the chemical change. That is nothing but milk is to curd by first by testing it. Second by what? By second by it is a irreversible reaction. For that reason, there is a new product is formed. Because of that reason, it is a chemical change. Now let us take the question number 7 here. Explain why burning a wood and cutting up it into small pieces are considered as two different types of the changes. So we have wood. In the first case we are burning the wood. In the second case we are cutting the wood. So let us take the wood here. And the second case also wood. In the first case what we are doing here, we are burning the wood here. In the second case we are cutting the wood like this. Right. So while burning the wood, it is going to produce ash, as well as it is going to produce the carbon dioxide gas. So ash and the carbon dioxide gas are the two new products which are formed here. So if there is a new product which is going to form, then it is considered as the chemical change. In the same way, if we cut the wood, we are going to get again wood. We are not going to get any new we are not going to get any new products. So if you are not getting new products, that means what it indicates that nothing but there is no chemical changes occurred. There is no new product is formed. So therefore it is known as the physical change. So for that reason, if the new product is formed, then it is a chemical change. If there is no new product is formed, then it is known as the physical change. By this thing we can say that burning of the wood as well as the cutting of wood into pieces, these are the two different changes. Why two different changes? Because there is in one case there is the formation of the new product. In the another case there is no new product is formed. For that reason it is a chemical as well as the physical change. So this is it for today's class. In tomorrow's class we are going to discuss further remaining questions. So up to that point, thank you, take care, stay well, stay home.